This is Cyndy G, and in this video we are going to assemble the Travel Denmark card. So I have all the pieces laid out. I've put a few together, not many. I have already glued these two pieces together and these two. So you want to identify your pieces that make up the box of your card, and they have tabs that come off to the right. I have that one and this one here. Always like to assemble the outside of the card first, so that once I get the inside pieces done, we just put the card directly together. So you just want to align this in the center of your card. I started this series with Paris, New York, forget the third one, but I had been wanting to make like a camera box card. I thought, you know, there's several different versions of a camera out there, and I wondered what I could do to it to make it unique, and just dawned on me to make it a travel card. Then if you know somebody taking a trip, or if you take a trip, or you use it from the area that you're from, it would just make a nice card, and they've been very popular. So this film strip is for your message, and you're going to put that on the back. With the tab going to the right is your back. Then we're going to connect these two pieces together. And I like to use my table to make sure that I have these pieces level across the bottom, so that it stands up correctly. And now I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to put in, I didn't like the way that I inked this looked with the black ink, so I'm not able to use my texture on the outside. It was just a little too harsh. So I've turned it around and lightly inked it for you want to line it up at the bottom. I lightly inked this with the brown. I felt like that was a better complement. I was trying to go for like an aged look, but the black was just too harsh. Okay, so there is, I'm going to wait to put my flowers on until the end, because I like to put those on with some foam tape. And so we're just going to set that aside, and we're going to pull in, the back is heavy right now. I'm going to pull in one of our inserts. So we have a Viking helmet. These I cut in the same color, but I inked this one with brown, and then I inked this one with black. I do like the brown on this gray because it looks kind of rusted. Okay, there's your helmet. Now the mermaid, she has quite a few pieces, but she's not too complicated. I've tried to make, so let's take a look. I did went with blonde because Denmark has a lot of Scandinavians and they're fair-haired, so the mermaid is a blonde. But I did ink the edges of the yellow a little bit just to soften that up a little. I put a little bit of pink ink here on her cheeks. I'm going to start. I'm going to go front to back, maybe. So Hans Christian Andersen is from Denmark, and his famous story of the Little Mermaid. They have a statue of a mermaid in their harbor. I guess it's a harbor. And so he's one of my favorite storytellers. I love the Little Mermaid story. Of course, he wrote so many others. Little Match Girl, Thumbelina. Growing up, one of my favorite movies was a movie about him. Trying to think of what the name of the movie is. It's with Danny Kaye. It's a musical. It is my all-time favorite movie. So it's a shame that I can't. The name will come to me, hopefully before the video is over. So there is just a little oval that fits right in the cutout of the face, and that is for her lips. But because it got stuck to my thumb, there's a little bit of schmutz on it. Okay. So all of the reason that I ink before I start my video is because my ink pads are all old and they shed when I use them. So I've got little, and I try to do it over my trash can. so that I'm not making too much of a mess. So there is your mermaid. You want to make sure you put your hair on before, or you can even put it on after you put this on, but this will keep your back cleaner. Okay, so there she is. Just remember the hair is not gluing to anything, the hair sticking out. Probably would have been better to put the glue on the base, and then it would have only been where you need it. There, that's not too bad. Okay, so that is that insert. So there's several little pieces, but nothing too complicated, I don't think. Now, hopefully the weight will let me stand this up. So I'm going to keep this, my base, in a U, and I'm going to put glue here on my tab. And again, the reason I like to stand these up is so that my cards are lined up at the bottom. So you put this in there, and then we're gluing it into this bottom corner here. There we are. And then we're going to get the front layer. We're going to do the same thing. It doesn't matter if you want to switch your layers around. So we're laying this right in front of the layer behind and then gluing it to the side. Then we're going to take these two tabs it's easier to see after I get the glue on them that they cascade down. So we're going to leave this side flat on your table and take this side here, bring it over, and then we're gluing those pieces right there to that edge. Okay. Fold it both ways because you want to train your paper. And then we're going to close it up. Oh, this one came undone. So let me add a little bit of glue here. So do give it enough time to set that glue. I needed a few seconds longer. Okay, there that is. Now we're going to put the front on. And I only need half of my foam square. I'm just going to add a little bit of texture by curling up my flowers a little. I'm only going to put glue there in the center. You don't need any fancy tools to get some things accomplished. You just can make do with your hands if you need to. And there is our Travel Denmark box card. Thank you for joining me.